Mr. Owaisi, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me on Frankly Speaking. I wanted to talk to you for a very long time. And it's interesting that we are talking at a time when the issue of conversions is becoming a big issue in Parliament, when the entire focus is on sort of politics of religion. Must put you on the back foot as well, because you also do only the politics of religion, don't you?
No, we don't. How do you say, when I say I want to take along the minorities and the Dalits with me together, how is it politics of religion? And when I say that in the Indian Parliament, we have only 23 MPs, that is not even nearly 4%. And political empowerment of minorities, I don't see empowering the minorities would be called as practicing politics of religion.
Because yours is only a religion-based. Yours is a religion-based political outfit.
There is a huge difference between me and the ruling party in India. That is, I am not saying that India should follow Sharia. I am saying the rights which are guaranteed to me in the constitution should be given to me. I don't want this country to become Hindu Rashtra as compared to what the Hindutva forces are right now trying to do.
Why are you moving Muslims away from the national mainstream?
How do you say that? I am not at all doing that.
Why are you seeking votes for a religion-based political party?
No, I am not. The election law is very clear that no one can ask for votes on the basis of religion. And in the last Maharashtra elections, not a single case has been booked against us.
No, one sec. There is a strange contradiction between saying that the rule says that no votes should be asked on the basis of religion. You know it and I know it, that votes are asked on the basis of religion, and I expect you, Mr. Owaisi, not to be theoretical but to be pragmatic and honest with me, because the program is Frankly Speaking. Your party is the All India Majlis-E-Ittehadul Muslimeen. You have repeatedly accused the BJP. Right at the start of the interview, you accused the BJP of playing politics on the basis of religion. Your outfit is basically representing the interests of Muslims. Right or wrong? Basically representing the interests of Muslims. Right or wrong, Mr. Owaisi?
Wrong.
Completely right.
No, wrong.
Everything that you do,
No.
When you want to seek to expand your footprint outside India, you are doing it by saying that you are the party that represents the interests of Muslims.
I am saying that I represent weaker section. I represent the people who have been deliberately made disempowered. And what is wrong? Muslims are also Indian citizens.
No, why not all Indian citizens?
Of course.
Why Muslims?
Of course. I mean, if this is a Frankly Speaking program, then what would you say to Akali Dal?
No, why not all?
No. What would you say to Shiv Sena?
I will ask them when I ask them. I'm sitting with you. Your website describes your party as one dedicated to advancing the rights of quote-unquote Muslims, Dalits, backward caste, minorities and other underprivileged communities in India. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Right? What about all Indians, Mr. Owaisi?
What about? I mean,
no, one second. What about other Hindus? What about other Hindus?
In your definition, aren't these Indians? Are not these people Hindus as well?
Why not everyone?
No. In your definition,
why not
of
everyone? Why not everyone? Because you begin by saying, I find it hypocritical, Mr. Owaisi, that you come on television and you deny that you are a party which basically seeks to expand its footprint by becoming the voice of the Muslim community.
No,
say it, Mr. Owaisi. Why are you backing off on it?
I have never said that. I have said.
But that's what you do.
No, I have not. Show me one instance where I have said, when I ask for justice should be done, injustice should be stopped.
Wrong.
When I say that conversions, deliberate conversion, the base of inducement to Muslims should be stopped.
Wrong.
When I ask for empowerment, I know it might be wrong to you. It might be wrong to you.
It's not wrong to me. It's not wrong to me.
No, it is not wrong.
I know, and I have proof that you go around the entire country asking for votes as a Muslim leader of the Muslim community. I don't know why on television you want to present another face, Mr. Owaisi.
I am not trying to put one face here in front one face in front of.
Well, I think you do, Mr. Owaisi.
Listen to me.
I think you do.
The proof of the pudding is in eating.
Yes.
Show me one case in the last held Maharashtra election.
You just talk about we Muslims, we Muslims, we Muslims.
Arnab, see.
Do you or do you not keep saying we Muslims?
No.
We the Muslim community.
I am asking
the Muslim leader of the Muslim community.
Has the election commission, you have a good research team.
Yes.
Has the election commission issued one notice to me?
Okay, so
has a case been booked on me that in the last held Maharashtra elections, we have asked votes on the name of religion?
So I ask you here today that because the election commission office is right next to your house.
Yeah.
If I show you a statement of yours which proves that you are only asking for votes as a representative and on the basis of religion as a representative of only the Muslim community, will you walk across to the Election Commission and say, please book a case against me?
Why should I walk? You should give it to the Election Commission. You should give it to the Election Commission. Any political party can give it to them.
Okay, well, I'll give you one quote. September 13, 2014. It's been quoted from the Asian Age. Hindus and Dalits have their own political outfits. Akbaruddin Owaisi says. Hindus and Muslims, your brother Akbaruddin Owaisi says, Hindus and Muslims have their own political outfits, but for the well-being of the Muslims, there is no political party for Muslims in the entire political spectrum. Your brother says it. Of course, nowadays you don't own up to everything your brother says. I am appealing to you, he says, to treat the All India Majlis-E-Ittehadul Muslimeen as the representative of the Muslim community. So, I mean, he's asking for votes on the basis of religion.
First of all,
so what?
No interview on the TV channel or paper channel is finished or without the mention of Akbaruddin Owaisi.
Is he not your brother? Is he not an MLA of your party? Is he not a representative of the AIMIM?
He is everything you say.
Why do you disown what he has said?
I have never disowned him.
That's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde approach.
No, I will never disown him. He is my brother. He is my MLA. But thank you for bringing his name in this interview.
Yes, I will.
And what is wrong in that statement?
Well, because
what is wrong in that
appealing
statement?
for votes on the basis of religion.
No, it was not an election meeting.
Appealing for votes on the basis of religion.
He is asking for the empowerment of the Muslim community within the four walls of the Indian democracy, which the Constitution has guaranteed.
He is saying we have...
Arnab, do you have a problem if Dalits and Muslims are coming together?
I have no problem with anyone coming together. I have a problem with people who say we don't do Muslim politics, but to do Muslim politics. And I will give you another quote now. Akbaruddin Owaisi, and I want to see Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi, how much you can deny on an interview. In Malegaon, September 27, 2014, this has been quoted from Ummeed.com. Every community in India has its own party. Yadavs, Bahujan Samaj and Marathas can have their parties in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Maharashtra. Why not we Muslims? Now, one second. He is not saying underprivileged community also. Now he comes to the core. Why not we Muslims? And he goes on to say, far from having a party, we could not send a single Muslim MP from Maharashtra, which has a population of more than 1.5 crore people. This is appealing for votes on the basis of religion. This is a violation of the Representation of People's Act. There should be another case against your brother. You should have the honesty to walk across to the Election Commission and say that you should book my brother for breaking the Representation of People's Act. But do you have the honesty to do that?
First thing is that, isn't our democracy a participative form of democracy?
Do you accept ask for votes on the basis of religion?
You have to allow me to answer your question the way I want. I cannot answer what you say.
It appears to me you don't have an answer.
No, I have an answer.
It appears to me you don't.
Our democracy is a participative form of democracy, a representative form of democracy.
You are a religion-based party.
Please tell me, for your argument's sake, let us assume that I am communal, everything you say. How is it that in the state of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, which sends 115 MPs, you only have one Muslim MP?
No, I will.
Don't you call it a failure of our participative form of democracy?
No, it is not.
It is.
No, it is not. It is people like you who look at everything from the lens of religion, and it is people like you who talk about secularism on the one side, but break the rules of secularism openly. Now, my question is, Mr. Owaisi, you speak about the Sachar committee, don't you? Report on the backwardness of Indian Muslims. But if one goes by the way that you are seeking votes, people like you and your brother, you do so by, what you do is you cultivate a climate of fear. You cultivate a climate of fear among the Muslim community. And I've been watching these speeches of your brother, who's, by the way, don't get upset about it, he's the face of your campaign. Besides you.
You can go and ask the question. Yeah.
No, I'll ask you. The problem here is that not only do you break the rules of the Representation of People's Act, you're a religion-based party, you don't speak in terms of development. All these comments which I find that your party makes, they are fanning the fears of the loss of the Muslim identity. So all you do is play the Muslim card, say Muslims, Muslim political party, and now let us not lose our Muslim identity and let's form a party of our own. That's political desperation. You want me to give you an example, do you? Okay. Akbaruddin Owaisi, this is Bhendi Bazaar, October 10th. I mean, why don't you tell your brother? This country is becoming a Hindu Rashtra. They want to finish off Muslims.
You're quoting
Akbaruddin Owaisi.
You're quoting which newspaper?
Indian Express.
Okay.
I have all my research done. I have my quotes ready. It appears to me you're surprised.
I'll answer.
You want some more quotes?
I will answer each and every question.
Okay. Example to Akbaruddin Owaisi, quoted in First Post, September 13, 2014. Soon we will construct the Babri Masjid and we will also claim Kashi and Mathura as well.
That is a wrong.
It is secularism.
That is a wrong statement.
It is quoted in First Post. Whose wrong statement? What he said?
Please.
Or what you'll say he's quoted?
No. The First Post statement is wrong. Arnab, Kashi and Mathura, namaz is already being done over there.
No, not wrong. He has. I'm quoting what your brother said.
No, I have the guts to say what is right and what is wrong. First Post statement is wrong. Second, you talk about Indian.
Your brother's statement.
No, please listen to me. The First Post.
Why blame the media?
That is a wrong statement printed by First Post. Secondly, about Indian Express, you said. Listen to me. You please allow me to answer the questions which you've asked me. Indian Express, you have quoted. Conversions. Sushma Swaraj saying.
Don't change the subject.
No. I am not. You must allow me to answer, to corroborate what was said by Akbar. Third, RSS Sarsanchala saying we will make a Hindu nation. We will construct a Ram Mandir by 2019. The Prime Minister of India going to inaugurate a hospital and saying that plastic surgery was done 17 lakh years ago.
Changing the subject.
Thirdly, listen to you. You said development. Please allow me to complete. Please be my guest. Come to Hyderabad. I will show you what development we have done. I will show you that we run a cooperative bank which has deposits of 1,000 crore. I will show you a hospital. Nowhere in India a dialysis done at 500 rupees. We run a medical engineering college. We run plethora of education institutes.
Mr.
Please
Owaisi,
come, please come and let
Mr.
me come.
Owaisi,
you talk about.
You're not answering my question.
You have
Owaisi.
to listen to this.
But you're not answering my question.
You have to. You talk about development. Please go and see that the MPs who have used their MP lad in the top 5. I was there in utilizing all those funds for development. And you talk about Sachar committee.
Have you finished?
No, I have not yet finished. You talk about Sachar committee. The Sachar committee said what? That it is the only state wherein Andhra Pradesh, the Muslim development, socio-economic development is much better, though it is very low as compared to the state.
Have you finished, Mr.
That was Andhra Pradesh. And why?
Will you now answer my question?
Because you have a political voice over there.
Will you answer my question now?
Yes.
My question to you is simply this. Don't try to deftly, voluntarily or involuntarily skip my question. My question is, why do you, first I have proven in the first part of my interview that you are a Muslim leader of a Muslim party.
I have reverted that false allegation which you have made.
I have quoted, you have not been able to quote me wrong even once.
I have reverted those allegations. Election Commission has more wisdom than you and me.
And now I might come back to the question, Mr. Owaisi, do you have not a single word answer today? Why do you want to reap political benefits on the carcass of true Indian secularism? Why do you want to reap political?
What is
I will tell you what is not.
Please tell me what is the definition of secularism.
First of all, I'll tell you.
Do you mean by secularism? Do you mean by secularism that there should only be 4% representation of Muslims in the Lok Sabha?
1 second.
Do you mean by secularism that I should not raise a voice against those boys who are incarcerated in Maharashtra jails for years?
Mr. Owaisi, this is an interview, not your parliament speech.
No. I have to answer you. This is frankly speaking program. I cannot allow you to get away by only asking questions, me not telling you the answers to the questions if you have asked me.
You're supposed to give answers, not ask questions.
What is the definition of secularism?
Should I tell you?
Please tell me. Please tell me.
The definition of secularism certainly does not mean reaping electoral and political dividends by exploiting the fear and trying to build an atmosphere of fear among the Muslim community. That is what secularism is not.
If I was doing that, I would have had 10 MPs inside. If I was doing that, I should have won more than 25 MLAs. If I was doing that, I should have represented everywhere. I am not doing that. I am not doing that. And people who have done it, people who have demolished Babri Masjid, people who are involved in Ahmedabad, Gujarat riots, are now sitting in power.
Have you finished?
Are now sitting in power.
Have you finished? Now can I?
Go ahead.
I think.
I'm your guest. Please go ahead.
I think many of the things which you say should not only be questioned, Mr. Owaisi.
Of course you should question.
They should be ripped apart. In my
Go ahead, do it. I'm sitting in front of you. I will not allow you to rip me apart. I am going to answer each and every question. If this questioning goes on for hours, I am going to sit in front of you.
I did not want to rip you apart, but I think I will now have to.
Please,
Mr. Owaisi, in a recent interview with the Indian Express, you said, and I'm shocked at the kind of comments you make these days.
Go ahead.
I mean, you may be politically ambitious, but why are you desperate?
Allow me to answer you.
Okay, now my question is, and on this question I have 5 or 6 questions. You say, and I quote, and I hope the viewers watch this, a Muslim can vote for a member of the other community, but he will not get their vote as they do not want a Muslim to win. And added that, quote, as a Muslim politician, you should stand in elections only if there are more than 30% Muslims in your constituency, or it is better that you sit at home. Now, Mr. Owaisi, you want to apologize for this statement? You can. If you don't, I will ask you a few questions.
No, I will not. I will.
So one second. My first question is.
I will throw more light on that.
Sure. Whatever the figures may be, Mr.
No,
Owaisi.
Can I answer?
Are you alleging? No. Are you alleging? No. My question. I've only quoted your ridiculous comment.
Okay. It's not ridiculous. It is a fact.
It's a crazy comment.
In your opinion, it might be ridiculous, but it's a fact. Go
ahead.
It's
a crazy and communal
comment. No, it is
comment.
not crazy. It is a fact.
Now the question is, whatever the figures may be, Mr. Owaisi, are you alleging that non-Muslims do not vote for Muslims? Are you saying something like that?
Of course. Really? Of course I'm saying that.
Okay. Second question. Let me follow.
This cut and paste job.
No, there is no cut and paste job.
You have to allow
me. You have just agreed with what I asked.
You have to allow me to complete with what I am saying. You have to allow me to complete. You had earlier said, I had told you about those 4 states having 116 Lok Sabha seats, only 1 Muslim I am here. Please tell me, Arnab Goswami, there is a secularism in Uttar Pradesh where you have 17% Muslim population and not a single Muslim MP gets elected.
Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi, are you alleging that there is an inherent bias? And if you say so on television, and I really will have to rip you apart. Are you saying that there is an inherent bias among Hindus and non-Muslims against the Muslim community? Are you saying that in the India of 2014, in the secular, progressive, liberal India of 2014, where there may be fringe elements, are you making some kind of a sweeping statement that there is an inherent bias? Is there an inherent bias? Are you saying there's an inherent bias? Are you saying there's an inherent bias among Hindus and non-Muslims against the Muslim community?
2014 has broken this myth of Muslim vote bank, and I must thank Mr. Narendra Modi for doing it. And you please tell me, why is it that in the states of Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, there are so many states, and including UP, you don't have Muslim MP?
You see, Mr.
And these, listen to me.
Owaisi, when you make wrong comments,
I stand by the comment I made to Indian Express. I will make that comment again and again. You have asked me for a question, I am giving you an answer.
Now, Mr. Owaisi, next time you make the comment or use these kind of speeches, also remember the following facts. One second. There is a constituency.
I don't need any advice from you. You can ask me questions. I will answer according to what I have to say.
Mr. Owaisi, I do not deny the effect of polarization. However, there are so many constituencies in our country where they are predominantly non-Muslim constituencies where there is a Muslim candidate who wins. I'll give you some example. The Kasbah Assembly constituency. And why don't you
talking about the parliament election of 2014?
Yeah, so Mr. Owaisi,
please show me. I would give you in the MPs which have been elected 23 assembly parliament segments.
I am
23.
Mr. Owaisi,
parliament segments apart from 2 or 3 parliament seats. 18 to 19 MPs have won only because of the Muslim vote being in substantial number.
Now let me ask.
Why did Shahnawaz lose?
Do non-Muslims not vote for Muslims? That's what you're saying?
I am not saying that. But
you can't say that because allow me to give you some examples. Allow me to give you some examples.
No, I have to rebut that false allegation you are making.
Well, you just said it. I quoted you.
They do vote, but in terms of their ensuring victory, that number is not high.
Wrong.
That number is not high. How is it that Mr. Molayam Singh wins, only his family and his caste
Mr.
wins.
Mr. Owaisi.
I am giving you all examples, Mr. Arnab Goswami. You don't want to accept, so it's your right.
So,
It's your right.
Mr. Owaisi, you made the sweeping observation that I am not open to the examples that you're giving. I request you for a minute to just listen to a few examples that I will give you.
I am not denying that the Hindus don't vote for Muslim candidates. I also say
then
that
take back what you
listen
said.
to me, listen, and Mr. Modi got on 31% of the popular vote. But is it enough for a Muslim candidate to win?
My problem.
And second,
now you're changing your life.
No,
now you're changing your life.
You see, you don't allow me to answer. Second question, why is it that BJP out of 440 candidates they have put up, only 8 are Muslims and they have lost, 7 have lost disqualified. How many Muslim candidates have Congress given?
Now, Mr. Owaisi,
how many Muslim candidates have Samajwadi
now, will you
Party
listen?
or
Will you
NCP
listen?
given? Isn't that the proof? Isn't that a proof that they themselves believe that it is getting difficult?
Now that you have, I hope that you have finished your little sermon. Let me just tell you a couple of things.
It's not a sermon.
No, Mr. Owaisi, listen.
It is the answer to your question and to rebut your false allegation.
Now, I think what happens is, Mr. Owaisi, you made a comment in the Indian Express, which I quoted, where you said that when there are 30% Muslims in your...
Exactly.
1 minute, let me complete.
Yes.
Let me complete. When there are 30% Muslims in your constituency, then you fight the elections, otherwise you will not win. 1 second. I'd like to enlighten you. The Raniganj Assembly constituency, the Raniganj Assembly constituency. Why won't you listen?
Parliament
Why won't you? You just said no. Mr. Owaisi, Mr. Owaisi, why are you nervous?
I said Parliament election.
Okay, so,
I'm not nervous.
Okay, so I know.
I have never been nervous with you. I said that in relation to Parliament elections.
1 second, Mr.
In relation to Parliament elections.
Mr. Owaisi.
Assembly election, I can give you
there are two possibilities going on right now. And first is, I would request you to let me counter you on a couple of things. There are two possibilities. Either you are nervous, or secondly, maybe you are just looking nervous. My question is one. Please, 1 second, let me come.
No,
1 second. There is a 8.5% Muslim population. Please hear me. This is a very serious question. In the Zahurabad Assembly constituency of Uttar Pradesh, we are on a practical and factual point. We are on a point where there is a Muslim leader like you who comes and says, unless there are 30% Muslims, don't go and even fight the election. 8.5% Muslim population in Zahurabad Assembly constituency, and the MLA is a Muslim from the Samajwadi Party. Second, Raniganj Assembly constituency. To prove to you that this is not a state-specific phenomenon. West Bengal, 11% Muslim population has a Muslim MLA from the TMC. Okay. Karnataka. Let me go closer to your Hyderabad. Gangavati constituency and Karnataka, Muslim population between 14 and 15%. The MLA is a Muslim. So basically, I mean, do you want me to give you some more examples? Kasba Assembly constituency is West Bengal, Muslim population between 22 to 23%. MLA is a Muslim. My point is, Mr. Owaisi, please understand, please let me complete. When you go out and tell something, say something like, if there aren't 30% Muslims, there's no point fighting an election, you make an inherent assumption that Muslims vote for Muslims and Hindus vote for Hindus. And the only reason a person like you makes that assumption is because you basically perpetuate identity politics in the country. The same thing, Mr. Owaisi, that you criticize the RSS, the BJP for, the same thing you follow in an even more extreme manner from the other side. And it is because of leaders like you that identity and religion-based politics gets perpetuated, and the politics of development, the politics of progress does not. I have just, proven to you,
here.
Mr. Owaisi, I have told you if this is this vote bank politics or not. My question is this vote bank politics or not?
Can I rebut all those allegations you have made?
Facts presented.
I will tell you. Karnataka. What is the population, Mr. Arnab Goswami, Muslims? 14%, right? How many MLAs are there, Mr. Goswami? West Bengal, 28%. How many MLAs are there? You can answer all these questions. You can ask a research team. Uttar Pradesh is for the first time has got 60 plus MLAs. You talk about development. Please show me what development is there in West Bengal. Please show me what development is there in Karnataka. Do you know in Karnataka, 14% is the population.
You see, the problem is you can't look beyond Hindu and Muslim. The problem I find is that you're fixated in your head. You can't look beyond Hindu and Muslim. Why don't you look upon whether the candidate of one is good or bad?
I have never been against Hindu religion. I will never be against Hindus.
It's quite obvious.
No, I am not. This is
quite obvious
you are. This is what you think. Maybe you're suffering from Islamophobia. I cannot help that. But I am telling you that these are facts. And the answer
Mr.
that was
White,
given to Indian Express was on the question asked on the recent 2014 Parliament elections.
Yes.
Assembly, yes.
Maybe it makes you insecure.
Assembly, yes. Assembly, yes.
Maybe
but at the same time, you say we are not for development.
No,
Please show me any single speech which I made in the Indian Parliament. I was one of those first MPs who said remove the Hajj subsidy and use that amount for girls.
Again digressing. Digressing.
Development.
Again digressing.
You think that we have, am I responsible for all the BJP winning 280 seats? Are you saying that RS is not responsible for that? I contested only 2 Lok Sabha seats, and despite that, the BJP had won. Who's responsible for that?
Mr. Owaisi, you see,
where has that secularism gone? Where has your secularism gone when 281 seats and 300 plus NDA could win?
Yeah. So, Mr. Owaisi, by the basic issue is, this Jekyll and Hyde personality.
No, Arnab, sorry, what I am here in front of you, I am there.
No, I am not sure.
No. I don't need.
Though I do believe that you are revealing yourself.
I don't need a certificate from you, because in a parliamentary form of democracy, it is the people who vote for me. You can expose me. You can try to expose me.
Okay.
End of the day, it is the people who want.
You see,
they'll see.
Asaduddin Owaisi says, in an interview September 2013, in reaction to a question on your brother's hate speech, you say, let the courts decide, the people will decide through the ballot boxes if we are wrong. In other words, you say, let all the venom, the hate, the religion-based bile of my brother carry on. The courts will decide on that.
You have no right to your channel to convict my brother. It is the courts, Mr. Arnab Goswami, who have more knowledge of evidence.
This is what your brother says.
Knowledge of law.
This is what
whatever it is.
Do you want me to repeat what your brother says?
Whatever it is the courts will decide.
Do you want me to repeat what your brother says?
He should be given a chance in the courts of law. The courts will decide.
Why did you avoid it?
No. This trial by media is not good.
Why?
When the same courts have done justice to Varun Gandhi, I expect the courts to do justice. So let the courts decide.
Then why do you get upset when Sakshi Maharaj makes a comment praising Godse? Why do you open your mouth and speak against it?
Thank you.
No,
now
Mr.
here I will rip you apart.
No.
Now here I will rip you apart. Nathuram Godse was convicted not only by the courts of law but also in Kapoor Commission. Nathuram Godse had pumped into bullets into a pious person who's father of our nation. Am I eulogizing or am I saying am I equating Nathuram Godse with Mahatma Gandhi? No, Mr. Arnab Goswami. I have never done that. Okay. I will never do that. Nathuram Godse had killed the idea of India, not only Mahatma Gandhi.
Be careful, because you're getting wound up in your own arguments.
No, I am not. Because I am ripping you apart, you don't know how to counter me now.
So can I now?
And Sakshi Maharaj had done the worst thing. This is good. The more BJP MPs speak in this language, they'll be exposed.
Mr. Owaisi, I'll come to that and we'll talk about that also in some time. My point is, you say let the courts decide. Your brother says, and it's time you hear this, it may embarrass you. In India, we are 25 crores, you are 100 crores, you are so much more than us. Just remove the police for 15 minutes and we will show you who has the guts and who is strong. Just remove the police for 15 minutes, not 1,000, not 1 lakh. Let me complete. I'll ask a question after this.
You can go ahead, because
not even 1 crore, not even 1 crore impotents can get together and give birth to one. These people can't fight us. When a Muslim is strong, ye namardo ki fauj aa jati hai. Now my question to you is, what is your view on what he has said?
My view would be what the courts decide.
What is your view? What is your view on the hate that he spews?
You did not call me when this controversy erupted. Your channel did not call me.
I had called you many times. You were not giving interviews then.
No Indian channel, no electronic media called me.
You were afraid of facing us.
Arnab, please, Arnab.
You refuse to speak.
I would not sit here and say something wrong over here. I am telling you, your channel did not call me.
What is your view on what your brother is saying?
My view is what the courts will decide.
You don't feel
You
a
and-
person
no,
who says
no,
remove the police for 15 minutes, he threatens, he's threatening a riot.
I am not here to comment on a matter which the courts of law will decide, and I am sure the courts will do justice.
So, Mr. Owaisi, what your brother is doing extreme polarization, and you realize that you're not answering the question because fundamentally
No, I
you're
am
on weak ground.
answering. No, I am answering your question.
A person is threatening a riot. A person threatening. You are a lawyer.
The courts have to decide exactly. As a lawyer, as a politician, I am telling you.
A person threatening a riot.
The courts will decide.
A person
You and me
threatens a
cannot
riot
decide over
in
here.
a public platform.
You can
before
become a lawyer
thousands of
over there.
people.
But right
Before
now, I am
thousands of
telling
people.
you, my view and opinion would be what the courts will decide.
Before thousands.
I have full faith in the courts
Before
of law.
thousands of people.
I have full faith in the courts of law. The courts will decide.
Before thousands of
the courts
people.
will decide basing on what evidence
Before
is there.
thousands
and
of
I'm sure
people.
the courts will do justice.
Before thousands of
The
people.
courts will do justice.
Not now. Tell me, Mr. Owaisi, if somebody goes and desecrates your religion or speaks against your religion or speaks against your scriptures, what action should be taken against that person?
295A,
Okay.
153A,
Yes.
and the courts will decide.
Okay. So now I want to tell you that your brother has even spoken against Hindu gods. I don't want to repeat this because it is.
I am not
Mr.
going to- I am not
Mr.
going
Owaisi,
to
would you want
comment on-
all
I
of that?
would
Would you
keep
want these
on-
sections of
I-
295
I-
applied
it is-
against your brother?
They are there.
Would they like?
They
would you
are
like-
there. They are there in the FIR. That is why I have said the courts will decide.
Why can't you simply condemn what your brother said?
No, I will not, because the matter is with the courts, and I feel that the courts have more wisdom than you and me, and whatever the court's decision would be, you and me will have to accept it.
After this extreme obfuscation on frankly speaking, you want to go out and preach about secularism, Mr. Owaisi?
What secularism?
The-
When I say the
when
courts will decide,
after refusing to take a position on what your brother
why should I take position on what you want? I cannot take position on what
Because-
Arnab Goswami wants.
Well,
I am saying the
television
courts will
is a
decide.
transparent media,
Exactly,
people are watching.
The people will know that I am saying the courts will decide. What is wrong in courts in deciding? Do you want a trial by media?
Then I'm
You-
asking, I'm asking you a counter question. Why do you stand up in parliament and question mass conversions? Because even on those issues, you should say the courts will decide. Why do you get upset when a Rajeshwar Singh says that what is wrong if we are carrying out conversions of any kind, forced or not forced? Who are you
Do you
to
want me
decide?
to reply?
No, one sec. Why do you then raise the issue
do
in
you want me to
parliament?
see-
Why do you raise the issue in parliament? Why do you tell someone else to act? Why don't you say the courts will decide?
The barrage of questions you're
Mr.
asking
Owaisi,
me, you must have
I have
some
many more if you want.
No, I am ready to take each and every question.
No, you're just repeating like a broken record. You're saying let the courts decide.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, what conversion talking about?
What are you saying?
No, conversion.
What are you saying?
I am saying the conversion issue.
What are you saying?
Listen to me.
Are you getting confused now?
No, conversion issue
Are you on weak ground?
was done on the basis of inducement.
Are you on weak ground?
No, I am not.
Let the courts
No,
decide that.
no.
Why don't you say let the courts decide?
Why haven't they arrested him? Why haven't the government arrested him?
Let the courts decide.
Exactly.
Why does the government tell you let the courts decide?
But why haven't they arrested Rajeshwar Singh?
They say there's a process. Let the courts decide.
You don't arrest. Asaduddin Owaisi had the full confidence in the law. Listen to me. To come back from London, who went there for his
after the media pressure.
No,
you know that you ran away for a long time.
No.
He tried to escape and we had to bring him
You know
back.
his medical condition. You don't know his medical condition. I don't want to share his medical condition. He came back. Why can't all these people who are facing such charges, either in Maharashtra or VHP or in Uttar Pradesh, why are they not being arrested?
Why does a person?
Why
does the person
arrested?
sitting in front of me, who is usually fire and brimstone about all hate speeches, so coy when it comes to his own brother's hate?
I am not being coy. I am replying to
you. Are being coy.
No, I am not. Arnab, see, you can try to play these mind games, but it's not going to work on me.
I don't play mind games, Mr. Owaisi. I ask questions.
No, fine. That is your style. That is. You have a great style of asking questions.
I don't have a style. I ask questions.
Whatever it is, let me reply to your style.
Are you not being answered? Are you not being able to answer the questions?
I am able to answer each and every question. Believe me, I would love to sit with you for hours and hours.
I'm not sure.
No. You then sit with me. I'll tell you.
If you answer my questions.
Uttar Pradesh.
I've been trying to get you to answer my questions for half an hour.
Uttar Pradesh tourists have been made. In Maharashtra, you took an interview of MNS leader.
You know.
FIRs have been registered. No arrests have been made. No arrests have been made.
Okay.
Togadia, no arrests have been made. How many examples should I give you?
Okay. You have accused Narendra Modi of having a Jekyll and Hyde personality. You know, if I look through what you say, your different positions, you are most guilty of this.
Please don't compare me with
Jekyll
him.
and Hyde.
Please don't compare with
Jekyll and Hyde
Please don't compare
I am
me with
making
him
an observation.
Because 3,000 people didn't die under my rule. 3,000 people didn't die under my rule.
Mr. Owaisi, now listen to the question.
I have to rebut that. Don't compare me with a person under whose rule 3,000 people died. People are still searching for justice to be done, whether it is Zakia Jafri, whether it is Sohrabuddin case.
Mr. Owaisi, this is an interview, not a speech. One question to you is, you two are guilty. Whichever you don't like the comparison, listen to me, don't be on the defensive of having a Jekyll and Hyde politics. I'm looking at another comment of yours. You know, you say you are an adherent of the Indian Constitution. You go around saying, I am a great secularist, I am a true secularist. Till date, I find it strange that you are shockingly silent on the venomous words of your own brother. You constantly put out this refrain, matter is sub judice, let the courts decide. You and your brother till now, show me once where you have expressed regret, apologized, or where you have even, if not all that, disapproved of the comments made by him in December 2012. In fact, Mr. Owaisi, you defended your brother. Now you're saying let the courts decide. You defended your brother. You said he was demanding political and religious equality. You actually put out a defense of that comment. You didn't say let the courts decide. You were saying Akbaruddin Owaisi was demanding political and religious equality. My question.
I have said the courts will decide. Simple as that.
Okay. Now
the courts will decide.
You want me to? You want me to quote you?
As far as those.
You want me to quote you?
As far as that speech is concerned, my stand has been consistent.
In a TV interview on January 10th, 2013, Asaduddin Owaisi says this. Brackets, Akbaruddin's speech is a speech demanding religious and political equality, January 10th, 2013.
Which TV channel was that?
CNN, IBN.
No, wrong.
Well, I've quoted
I have always
You will deny what you've said on television as well.
I have always said the court will decide.
Mr. Owaisi,
if it is in relation to those speech, I have said it, the courts will decide.
Mr. Owaisi, you have repeatedly expressed your opinion on things which is your last course when you have no other options left. Then you begin to say, let me complete. When you have no other options left.
Don't you have confidence in Indian courts? Please tell me.
Well, okay.
Do
you not comment on sub judice matters?
Who? Which
Can you say you don't comment on sub judice matters?
The courts will decide.
Do you comment on sub judice matters or not?
Which sub judice matters?
Do you, first of all, I'm asking you a question, think about your reply. Do you comment on sub judice matters or not?
Of course we comment.
You comment on sub judice matters.
As long as it does not lead to contempt of court.
So, one second.
That is why I'm saying this matter is in court of law.
When the BJP and someone else on that side, or the RSS or somebody, the Sangh Parivar is in the dock, then Asaduddin Owaisi is the first politician to comment on all sub judice matters. At that point of time, not once does he say, let the courts decide. The Babri Masjid conspiracy case. Now, Mr. Owaisi, not just the title suit. Not just the title suit is also pending in the courts where members of the BJP have been accused of making inflammatory speeches. As you very well know, it doesn't stop your brother again, and you won't like it, Akbaruddin Owaisi, from raking it up in the election campaign in Maharashtra and blaming the BJP and the RSS directly for it. Why does your brother, who gets your defense saying let the courts decide, not believe that then in that case the courts should decide? So, not only do you, as I have proven, use religion as a calling card, you pick up sub judice matters, you pass judgment, you incite passion.
I have rebutted,
Mr. Owaisi,
I have rebutted badly all the allegations which you have made. You have not proven any allegations.
Nagpada Junction, Mumbai, Akbaruddin Owaisi, name every new mosque you build as the Babri Masjid. Let us build 1 lakh Babri Masjid across the country. Akbaruddin Owaisi quoted in First Post, September 13, 2014. Soon we will construct the Babri Masjid and we will claim Kashi and Mathura as well. How many more cases do you know?
Kashi and Mathura, already masjids are there.
Okay, so
Already masjids are
September
there.
13th.
Already masjid.
Court case.
Kashi
Court
and
case.
Mathura masjid are there.
Court case.
So you see, if
Court
a
case.
reporter cannot do his factual research properly and say Kashi Mathura masjid.
What does he mean by saying we will claim? What does he mean by saying we will claim Kashi and Mathura as well? The word is claim. The word is claim.
No.
If it is there, what is he
Arnab,
claiming?
if your fraternity,
What my fraternity?
if those,
What my fraternity?
Exactly,
What do you mean by my
journalism,
fraternity?
Journalism is wrong. That news report is
The
wrong.
last
No, no.
point. This is the last recourse. Journalism, blame the media, shoot the messenger.
If your reporter
Owaisi.
cannot report properly,
Mr.
what
Owaisi,
can I
this is
do?
being quoted
No,
on.
see, so many things are quoted. You know, one news item was quoted that
Right.
if there's a war with Pakistan, I would support Pakistan. I had to put a criminal
Okay, so
defamation. I had to put a criminal
Mr. Owaisi,
defamation,
let me-
and within 15 days there was an apology.
Mr. Owaisi.
So what do you say about that? What do you say about that?
What, you say let the courts decide. You still believe? Let the courts decide.
Asaduddin Owaisi cases, the court will decide.
Mr. Owaisi, you stood in Parliament in June this year and you called yourself the brother of Ishrat Jahan. The Ishrat Jahan case is still in the courts. I have your quote from that case as well. The courts...
Is it wrong to call brother? Is it wrong to say that I'm brother of Ishrat Jahan?
Are you afraid of the question coming next?
No. Is it wrong? Please tell me.
Can I ask you the question?
Is it wrong to say that...
Why are you stopping me midway during my question?
Is it wrong to say that I'm brother of Ishrat Jahan?
Why are you stopping me
Is it wrong
midway?
to say that I'm uncle to Mohsin Sheikh?
Why are you
Is it
stopping
wrong
me
to
midway?
say that I'm a son to Ehsan Jafri?
Why are you stopping me midway?
I am not stopping you. I am, because see, the barrage of questions you asked, 3-4 questions,
What do you
don't allow me to give
What
an
do you
answer.
expect?
What is wrong if I say that I am brother of Ishrat Jahan?
One second.
Do you have an objection to that?
So, Mr. Owaisi,
Do you have an objection to that?
listen to the question. No, you haven't heard the question. Have you heard the question?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, did I say I have an objection to it? I
Please
did.
go ahead.
You assumed
please
it
go ahead.
because you knew
No,
you're
please
getting
go
into
ahead.
quicksand
No,
again.
because you said
my question is the Ishrat Jahan is still in the case is still in the courts. Point number one. Point number two, the courts have not declared if she's a terrorist or not. Point number three, the courts have not declared if the encounter was fake or not. Courts have not declared. And yet you stood in this case. The whole matter is sub judice.
I am still a brother. Let the courts decide.
Oh, so in some cases you can speak.
I am still a
where
brother
it suits you politically. Where it suits you politically, you will speak.
I am still a brother to Ishrat Jahan.
So where it suits you.
I will still be a brother to Ishrat Jahan.
No. One second.
Whatever the courts decide. I will still be a brother to Ishrat Jahan. And I was the one, Mr. Arnab Goswami, who went to Mumra. I was there. I was there. What is wrong?
My point?
What is wrong? Don't you? What is your
no.
objection to me saying I'm brother to Ishrat Jahan? What is wrong? Am I saying that I will not accept the court verdict?
No, 1 second.
I am not
My
saying
point is that you don't make a comment on your brother's comment saying it is the courts will decide. On all other cases, where the courts are still to decide, you
I am
speak.
a brother to Ishrat Jahan. I'll continue to be brother to Ishrat Jahan.
Mr. Owaisi,
And I take
you
pride in
slam
that.
members of the BJP and the Sangh Parivar for their vitriolic comments, right? And, but you play victim and cry conspiracy when your brother makes inflammatory comments. No, Mr. Owaisi, you are clearly here. You are a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde personality.
That is your opinion. I don't agree with you.
You slam the vandalism and the vitriol of the BJP and the Sangh Parivar. You speak of respect for the Indian constitution. You justify an attack on Taslima Nasreen in 2007. I was personally horrified when she was beaten up, a single lone woman, by your party members in August 2007. You said it is a public protest against an individual. Would you like to face a public protest like that?
My house was vandalized.
So you justify.
This house which you are doing interview, I am an immediate neighbor of the Honorable Home Minister, and my house was vandalized.
So you justify.
My house was vandalized, and you know. I am not justifying. I am not justifying anything.
You did justify.
I am not justifying.
But you justified.
I am saying that we have two sets of laws over here.
But you did justify.
In implementation.
Did you justify?
In implementation.
Did you justify?
My house was vandalized.
Did you justify?
Not a single person was arrested.
Did you justify?
Not a single person.
Did you justify?
I am not justifying anything.
But why did you then?
I am not justifying
Then why did you then?
I am not justifying anything.
But you had.
I am saying vandalism.
But you had.
Listen to me.
Was that vandalism?
Vandalism, hate speech.
Was that vandalism?
Communal riots.
What happened with Taslima Nasreen? Was it vandalism? Answer my question. Was that vandalism?
Why do you have two sets of laws?
Was it vandalism?
Why do you have two sets of laws?
Was it vandalism?
Why do you have two sets of laws?
An attack on a lone woman, a physical attack, was it vandalism?
Why do you have two sets of laws?
Was it vandalism?
You have objection to me when I say I am a brother to Ishrat Jahan, but you are more worried about Taslima Nasreen? You are more worried about Taslima Nasreen?
I am asking
I am
you.
really surprised that an Indian national who was killed in an alleged...
I don't see the link between the two.
Exactly.
You are trying to draw a link
There
between
is
the
a link. I am exposing you that you have objection to me when I say I'm brother to Ishrat Jahan, but you talk about Taslima Nasreen.
You see, Mr.
Don't you have any love for Indian citizen who was killed and her body was laid on the road and her mother is still fighting for justice?
This is very
Isn't that vandalism?
Fine. Now, can I please?
Please.
This is very interesting. I ask you a question on Ishrat Jahan. You get stuck. You don't reply.
No,
you don't reply clearly.
See.
No,
This is your
Then I ask you a question.
This is your personal opinion. I don't agree with it.
Okay,
I don't agree with it.
Then I ask you a question on Taslima Nasreen. You immediately duck and you start talking about Ishrat Jahan. Once we can roll back the tape. That's exactly what you did. Why did you do that? I am asking now. I repeat the question.
I will repeat the same answer.
I repeat the same answer. Do you? What action did you take against your party members who physically attacked Taslima Nasreen?
Do you have an objection to me being a brother to Ishrat Jahan?
Do you have a problem in taking a position against those party members who physically beat up a lone person?
My answer to your question is you are being very selective over here.
I am giving you an example.
You are being very selective over here.
I am giving you an example. As specific as it can
Where
get.
is the implementation of law when it comes to vandalism? Where was that law?
Mr.
Selective implementation of law is fine with you. It is not fine with me.
Now, I'll tell you.
It is not fine
My
with me.
view is that, those you criticize, you copy them. That's the dangerous part. I mean, on the one side, there is Yogi Adityanath in Uttar Pradesh. And on the other side, there is your brother Asaduddin Owaisi. Straight. Both try to, that's the first similarity, that you both prop up your most, there are four similarities. There are five similarities.
Don't compare with a person who's known for each and everything, what is have love jihad.
No, Mr. Owaisi, I'll ask those questions. Please, I think there are five similarities. Allow me my 1 minute of comparison. Both of you, that is the extreme right, Hindu fringe, and you prop up your most vitriolic speakers, those who throw, venomous acid of hate-filled rhetoric as your star campaigners. One. Both try to play the good cop, bad cop act when you take a high ground on matters concerning the constitution and secularism, but you polarize on the ground. Comparison number 3. Both target writers or intellectuals who have adopted a contrarian position. Point number 4. Both defiant. And point number 5, both cry conspiracy when you're on the dock for your actions. And this is the same response I get when I speak to members of the Hindu fringe. So what are you, the Muslim fringe?
Am I asking for
Are
India?
You a fringe?
Am I asking for India to become...
Is this the politics you want to do?
Listen to me.
Is this the politics you want to do?
Any more questions? Am I asking for India to become a theocratic state? Am I asking for India to become a Hindu Rashtra? Am I saying that all the Muslims and Christians should be converted, then only they'll be treated as equal citizens?
I'll tell you what.
There is a huge difference, Mr. Arnab Goswami. I do not believe in that ideology which wants to convert India into a theocratic state of Hindu Rashtra.
I'll tell you what you say. In the aftermath of the blasts in Hyderabad in February, which happened, I think, in a place called Dilshuk Nagar, you said organizations like the Indian Mujahideen are a figment of the imagination of the intelligence agencies. Now that the charge sheet has been filed by the agency you wanted the investigation to be passed on to, I want you to concede on, frankly speaking, that you were wrong. Were you wrong or not? Were you wrong?
Yasin Bhatkal has confessed.
Were you wrong?
Yes, I accept that. I accept that, yes.
Were you wrong?
Yes, I accept that. Yasin Bhatkal has been arrested.
Were you wrong?
But at the same time, please listen to me.
Why were you wrong?
Listen to me.
No, why were you wrong?
Listen to me.
Explain your mistake.
Listen to me. You have to listen to me.
Because when a politician... you were wrong. First of all, you admit on television you are wrong.
Would you please allow me to answer the question which you have asked me? It's a very important question.
I only asked
let me go back, and I wish you had shown the tapes of Makkah Masjid bomb blast, wherein all the electronic channels went to the town saying, what did they say? And what happened with the Makkah Masjid bomb blast? What happened? Mumbai railway blast, what happened?
I am asking you, were you wrong in saying
listen to me.
Imagination of the intelligence agency. You say things that you think will make you popular among the fringe. Why do you make these comments? Why do you make these comments?
I will make these comments.
Why do you make these comments? Why do you mislead people? Why do you mislead people?
I am not misleading.
Why were you misleading the people?
What do you have to say about Himayat Beg's conviction?
But you were misleading.
What do you have to say about Himayat Beg's conviction?
Why do you mislead people?
What do you have to say about Himayat Beg's conviction? Is he still a part of IM?
Mr. Owaisi.
Yasin Bhatkal has given a confession in the court that he did it. Now why don't the Indian agencies leave Himayat Beg? At least what about Malegaon? Who did Malegaon?
Mr. Owaisi.
Who did Mumbai train blast?
Has been played now. You know, you like
yes,
it. You like
on this point, I agree with you. What you have said is right.
Right.
It has come to the note of the whole nation that Yasin Bhatkal has been arrested. Other people have been arrested.
I am glad that towards the end of this interview you are beginning to realize your mistakes.
No. I will always be ready to correct myself.
So I have one question.
I was always be ready to correct myself, and that is what I have said.
Now, Mr. Owaisi, just two questions at the end. There's been plenty of controversy, and you've been talking about this, Mr. Modi's refusal to wear a skull cap. If symbolism is the barometer to gauge secularism, will you sport a tika?
No.
Then my point to you is...
Please show me again, your research team should show me a statement wherein I have said that he should wear a skull cap.
But do you believe all the people who... No, one second. Do you believe... No, I asked you the question of secularism because a lot of people have made the issue of symbolism. I am glad that you said that you don't belong to those people. Now my question to you, Mr. Owaisi, is this. What is your basic problem with this present government? The government says on all the issues that you raise, have you made up your mind about bringing up the religious card on everything? Just hear me out. And the government says, is this government wrong? Is the Prime Minister wrong when he speaks about development for Muslims through education, development of Muslims, all country, including Muslims, through imparting skills and technology? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that approach? Instead of the divisive approach, the inclusive approach. Answer me.
The answer to your question would be forcible conversions. Does the Prime Minister agrees to it? He used to call Manmohan Singh Mohan Singh. No reaction. He says, give me a moratorium of 10 years. We said, we'll give you 100 years. We should have 100 years. Love jihad. Sakshi Maharaj has said, madrasas are factories of terrorism, and this government gives 100 crores extra. Listen to me. No. See, you don't want me to answer. That is your problem. You have to listen to what I have to say. Prime Minister is quiet. The Prime Minister, Cabinet Minister says that the Gita should be made a national scripture. Then the Prime Minister, in your interview, he said, my religion is India first. My book is Constitution. He is quiet on that.
He says...
No,
the Prime Minister says...
Listen to
and
me.
I think what... I want your quote. The Prime Minister said in his interview to CNN, he said, Indian Muslims will live for India. They will die for India. They will not want anything bad for India. What is your problem with that?
I have a problem with that.
What is your problem?
I have a problem with that.
Your problem is
listen to me.
What is your problem with
listen to me,
please.
See, listen to me. Number one, this has been the practice of all the Prime Ministers to say these things, which is
that's cynicism.
Listen to me. You don't want me to answer. That is listen to me. Hear me out. Then you can ask me a question. I'll sit here for another one day. Number two, if what Prime Minister seriously believes, which is right, why are Muslims asking for justice in Gujarat? If what Prime Minister is saying is right, in his own ruling party, listen to me.
Listen. Why don't you say those matters are moving in the courts?
Can you allow me? Can you please allow me to complete? Can you please allow me to complete? You talk about this government which has been in power for 6 months. I have given you a series of examples. The Constitution of India says Article 51, scientific temperament should be created, and the Honorable Prime Minister says that plastic surgery, stem cell. Arnab, see, what is
my
that?
point is that you made up your mind. Mr.
Of course I will oppose BJP. Of course I will oppose BJP. Of course I will oppose BJP. He is the Prime Minister of India. I have all the right to criticize him. I have all the right to ask him questions of development. and will continue to do that. You cannot convince me in ensuring that I go out and support him. That will never happen. That will never happen.
You're a reasonably very intelligent person.
Am I?
You're relative.
Thank you.
You're relative.
Thank you. Because it never comes from Arnab Goswami. Thank you.
I don't agree with what you say, but I don't undermine your intelligence. So intelligence can be used for good or bad.
Thank you.
My question to you, Mr. Owaisi, you're relative.
But you must not patronize me, please.
Why don't you end Muslim politics? Why don't you become the first Muslim leader, 1 second, to end Muslim politics in this country? You could then go on to play a different role in the future of our country. Why don't you tread a new path, Mr. Owaisi? Why don't you break off from the shackles of religion-based politics?
I'm really surprised by your question. Where is the Muslim politics,
I began with it,
Where is the Muslim politics, Arnab?
I've given you so many.
I mean, if there was Muslim politics, listen to me. Please listen, Arnab. You have to. No, Arnab, you have to
ask the question. Where is the Muslim politics?
Allow me to complete the answer.
I will say so. I'll give you the last word.
No, you cannot stop me.
I will give you the last word.
No, you cannot stop me. You cannot stop me now. You cannot. Muslim politics. For God's sake, where is the Muslim politics? If there was Muslim politics, there would have been more number of MPs. Only in 1980 there was more number. Listen to me, if there was Muslim politics, Mr. Arnab Goswami, our share in development would have gone up much higher. If there was Muslim politics, literacy rates would have been higher. If there was Muslim politics, communal rights would not have taken place. You have
the day you stand on
there
the
is
floor
no Muslim politics.
Okay, so I challenge
there
you.
is no Muslim politics. There is no Muslim vote bank. It has always been the opposite. It is always.
Now I want all our viewers to note what I'm just going to say to you. I'll wrap it up.
No, I want the viewers to. I'm sure the viewers will listen to your and
I like the fact.
To your views.
I like the fact that you answered the questions. I would like Asaduddin Owaisi in his next rally or in the next parliament speech to stand up and just say one sentence. I am not a Muslim leader, and mine is not a Muslim party. I don't represent the interests of Muslims alone. The day you have the courage to just make this comment, then perhaps I will believe that there is no Muslim politics.
I have always said. I'll tell you what I have said. I am proud of my Muslim identity. I represent the weaker section. I represent the voiceless people. You might be having objection to that. That is a democratic right. But I will maintain my identity and I'll continue to vociferously, ferociously and without any fear represent the Dalits and the weaker sections and the minorities. That is what I'll continue to do.
I find the slip between the cup and the lip, but I thank you very much for joining me on Frankly Speak.
There is no slip and cup.
Thank you.